We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with another patch. I know it's crazy. When was 7.36? 7.36 was May 21st. It is only June 5th, and we have two patches after the 7.36 gameplay update. So Valve going absolutely nuts right now. And in today's video, we're going to be covering 7.36b. And let's waste no time and get into the video. Alright, so getting into the general changes, they basically just made vision sharing a little bit different, which honestly the main change is like the vision reduction abilities from like Night Stalker and Mars got changed up a little bit. Nothing crazy, nothing you really need to know. And then the other one was forced movement and knockback. They seemingly just kind of defined, maybe made slight changes to what knockback is, but once again, nothing you really need to know. I'm not going to spend any time on this. Maybe this is for like Purge or something. It just doesn't seem overly relevant, so I'm not going to spend the time on it. Okay, let's get into the item changes. Unholy Strength on Armlet no longer provides slow resistance, so a nerf to Armlet. This item has been buffed quite a few times over the last, honestly, it feels like years at this point. Crazy to see it finally nerfed. Also, Blade Mail, another item that's been, in my opinion, underrated for a long time, even with how much people have been buying it on Primal Beast and Earth Spirit. There's some other examples as well that I'm forgetting, maybe Clockwork. But yeah, finally 200 increased the Blade Mail. Still a solid item, but definitely worse. Bloodstone, a little bit worse, nothing crazy. Crimson Guard, probably a buff. Guard damage block now equals to 70, plus 2.5% of the caster's max health. I guess that doesn't seem that insane. It's like, it's instead of strength, right? So maybe if you just happen to have some crazy HP pool on a hero like Axe with one-man army, or Centaur with his innate, this item could be pretty OP. Okay, another nerf to Eternal Shroud. Will it finally kill the item? No. Lost 4 strength, which is a lot, and 1 second on the stack duration that gives you magic resist, but still, I don't think it's enough to nerf it. Helm of the Dominator now provides the experience bounty of the dominated creep. That's obviously going to be the same for the Overlord. Do I think this makes the item relevant? For the average player, probably not. There's very few Lycan and Beastmaster players, so these changes tend not to skyrocket those heroes' popularity, even with the heroes being good, if they were to be good. Do I think this is just a good change overall, though? Yeah, I really like it. Experience bounty makes sense. Going to help these heroes that already kind of get XP really quickly, Lycan and Beastmaster, get it even faster and hit harder and harder timing, so I like it. Holy Locket, cheaper. I'm actually a huge fan of this item, guys. I've been talking about how I think it's really OP on Witch Doctor. It's OP on Treant. It's good on Undying. It's good on Io, and they just buffed it. So really crazy to me. Okay, Nullifier lasts for less time, but slows by 10% now, which I think is cute. Probably a nerf, though. Octarine, slight nerf. Veil of Discord magic weakness can now be cast without interrupting channels. That's cool. Cyclone movement speed on Wind Waker is 60 slower, so you really go much slower in Wind Waker now. That's definitely quite a nerf. Wow, they nerfed Arcane Ring again! This item's been nerfed like 80 times. It used to be more int. I'm pretty sure it gave more armor. It was like a 45-second cooldown. It used to give more, like 100 mana, I think. Why do they keep nerfing it? Is it really that good? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's just okay now. Lance of Pursuit, they buffed the damage. This thing does 20 damage if you hit the unit from behind, which is like a lot. I mean, it gives 200 mana. This item just gives so much mana. You know, if you drop this thing on the ground and pop like your mango or pop your wand, you get so much extra mana. Okay, Whisper of the Dead only gives 8% spell amp now. Light Collector gives less HP regen. Orb of Destruction got buffed. It's 1 second more slow. Paladin Sword only gives 12% healing amp instead of 14% now. Defiant Shell gives 1 less armor. That's still going to be a good item. Aesthetics Cap gives less HP and less HP regen, but still broken. Havoc Hammer got a nerf, really. I know some people were taking this. It was a solid item. I didn't think it was crazy, but okay, probably still okay. And Rattle Cage down by 2 armor, still at 10, and the passive is still insane, so I would definitely still be taking Rattle Cage. Stormcrafter, Bottled Lightning Strike interval increased from 3 to 3.5, so that's a nerf. And it no longer increases with cooldown reduction, so trying to make Stormcrafter a little bit worse. I'm going to say it's still decent, but I didn't even know it could get reduced by CDR. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Of course it could. Right, but now it just can't, which is sort of odd, and I don't know if I like that change. It's a bit bizarre almost. Martyr's Plate, HP regen increased slightly, nothing crazy. Okay, let's get into the heroes. So Exposure, Cold Feet, now scales with Ice Blast. Okay, wait, what? Now applies its effects? Oh, this is the facet. Okay, so AA, I believe is nerfed. Honestly, I haven't seen AA in my games almost at all, so seemingly nerfed is weird. Exposure, the fast exposure got nerfed, which is it applies these death rhyme stacks, like the damage over time AA stacks. It would apply it on cold feet in a radius. Now that radius is 0 at level 1. So until you skill Ice Blast, it just doesn't work, the facet, which is kind of bizarre. I didn't think AA was really that special, but okay. Reflected spells on AM's Mage Bane's Mirror have 20% spell amp. Wow, I mean, that's a lot, guys. You're just gonna kill people if you reflect spells. It's pretty good, honestly. Okay, Arc Warden got some changes. So his Order Magnetic Field, his Order facet, gives less attack speed in the early levels. So 50 at level 1 is now 30, but it used to be 80 at level 4, and now it's 120. So the late game is insane, and they buffed the duration. On the other side, the duration was decreased. So Disorder, they nerfed one facet and heavily buffed the other facet, which is interesting. They also buffed his 10 and 15 Flux talents. Okay, one-man army. So they're nerfing this facet, which was better than I expected, honestly. I still think the other facet is really good, so you should keep that one in mind. But bonuses now start fading immediately after approaching an ally over the 5-second linger duration, so it fades out. The radius increased from 600 to 700 of when it starts fading, and bonus strength can be broken. Do I think this facet's still good? I'm gonna say it's probably still solid, but honestly, Axe's other facet is very good, so it's probably worth considering. They also have nerfed Code of Blood again, so armor per kill decreased again. However, oh no, this is still just a nerf, right? Yeah, no, this is just a nerf. The Culling Blade multiplier is increased from 2 to 3, so if you get kills without Culling Blade, it gives pitiful armor. It used to give way more, it was like 1 flat. This here was so broken. They also nerfed the bonus armor you get from Berserker's Call, which I don't think is a huge deal, but it doesn't matter if you're applying Battle Hungers or you take one-man army. One-man army now will give you less strength when calling because call gives less armor. So this all kind of compounds. On top of that, they nerfed his 15 and 20 talents, so a pretty hard hit to Axe. I still think the hero will be okay, but they're starting to slow him down a little bit, which I think is fair. He was pretty broken. Okay, slight buff to Batrider's Arsonist, which I still think, I haven't seen it, honestly. I just can't imagine it's good. Maybe it's fine. The other one is just so good, so maybe it's better than I think. I don't know. I just feel like it can't be. They also buffed Sticky Napalm mana cost, okay. Slight buff on Inner Beast. The facet Beast Mode was actually buffed very significantly, 10 more attack speed at max. They also buffed Boar damage by 5 at all levels, which is a big deal, especially in the early game, right? It's really going to help you last it and just put pressure in the lane. Bloodseeker, max HP is heal, increased from 1% per level to 1.5% per level. Wow, that's a 50% increase, guys. That is no joke. Okay, but they nerfed, I see, but they nerfed his Blood Rage. Oh no, it's a buff because it's the max held damage per second. So it's the damage you take got decreased, so it's a buff as well. And Bloodrite does more damage now at all levels. It increased by 5, 10, 15, and 20, so Bloodseeker, way better now. Massive buffs. Crazy. Okay, damn. Really massive buffs for Bloodseeker. Bristleback, Viscous Nasal Goo. Duration increased from 5 to 6. I mean, that's nice. It actually matters. It helps you keep the stacks up without them going away. Spinweb's enemy regen reduction increased by 5% at all levels. I've been seeing broods in my games. There's some like European broods running around, like mid brood and safe lane brood. It's like really annoying. Heal interval decreased from 1 to 0.5. Total amount remains the same. Okay. And cast range of Spinweb increased. All right. So I don't know if this is the better facet. I think it's not, but don't quote me on that. I really haven't played Brood. I'm not going to lie. Centaur's strength to movement speed from 40% to 35%. That seems like a decent sized nerf on the horsepower facet, which is the better facet. Just let you not buy boots and still be pretty quick. Rawhide as innate was nerfed by 5. That's not a huge deal. It's still probably pretty good. Aghanim Shard bonus strength decreased from 15 to 12. That sucks. 15 talent, losing strength, and the other 15 talent was nerfed as well. So a lot of Centaur buffs, really picking on some of the offlaners here. They're trying to balance it out, clearly, because like Beastmaster's getting buffed, Bristle's getting buffed, Brood got buffed. But yeah, I mean, the heroes that were really dominant, Centaur, what are some of the other ones? Centaur, Night Stalker, Legion, Axe. We'll see what they did to Night Stalker and Legion as we go down, but yeah, Centaur and Axe a little bit worse here. Phantasm damage taken increased from 325 to 350 on Chaos Knight. So okay, nerfing that a little bit, and they also nerfed his Lifesteal talent at 10, which is the one you want to take. Okay, Divine Favor, regen per second increased at all levels, and the initial heal of Hand of God increased at all levels. Okay. I don't think Chen's a bad hero, but I'm not convinced he's good. Clockwork, I thought they would nerf this hero, but no, they have only buffed him. Now grants allies hit a physical barrier equal to hookshot damage. That's definitely not good enough to make it better than the other one. Dark Willow, throwing shade. So they increase, wait, what? Oh, no. They buffed it. They did not change it. They buffed it. So they buffed it where Shadow Realm max damage. So when you're in Shadow Realm, you get 30% spell amp, which is insane. It might be worth thinking about it. The problem is it's a 600 radius aura that increases damage she deals to enemies. I mean, it's a 600 radius, which is pretty bad. You know, you gotta be pretty close for it to be worth it, which you don't really want to do. Like, a lot of the builds on Willow now involve Aether Lens and staying in the back line. And the Thorny Thicket, you know, still gives you this ridiculous bramble that is just obnoxious. But I don't know, guys. 30%? Like, 25 was already kind of crazy. I think both are worth considering. And they buffed DP again, I think. Now scales with Exo. Hero damage increased. No, it got rescaled, so it's better early. But it's the same in max. So this hero early game has to be insane. They also gave her a significant buff to her movement speed per level on her innate witchcraft, which is when she levels up, she gets movement speed and some other things. And they buffed it by 50%, which is very significant. So maybe DP, I don't know, this hero's early game has to be good. I feel like it has, I mean, it got buffed again in 2 ways. Definitely something to look out for there. Doom, level pain, damage bonus. Oh, this is his weird innate. Whereas attacks deal 15% bonus damage to heroes whose level is lower than Doom's. I mean, it's not bad, right? It's just like, it's just 5% better now. And I mean, this is just good. It's just, your attacks just deal bonus damage and it's just 15% if you're a higher level, like, sure. Doom usually gets like decent levels, so. Corrosive Breath effect bonus decreased on the Corrosive Dragon form. That's when he's in his ulti. This is Dragonite. And the Elder Dragon, the Frost Dragon, was also nerfed. So the red one's staying the same though. Ooh, okay. I was wondering how they were gonna balance Dragonite. Health regen decreased from 4 to 2 on his innate, so he is no longer invincible. And this is a huge nerf to Dragonite. I almost want to say I don't want to say the hero's dead. It's probably still okay, to be honest. I still think this hero is probably fine, but it's definitely way worse now. Draw Ranger got bug change, and wow, marksmanship chance in the early levels went from 20% chance to proc to 30%. That is insane. Enchantress gained 0.5 base mana regen. I mean, that's just a nice buff. Time Zone, Time Zone now pierces debuff immunity. Wow, that's a big deal. I wonder if this is good. I don't know. It's really interesting. It's just movement speed reduction, cast speed, turn speed, projectile speed. I mean, it makes you really slow. The problem is there's no like, no, it does attack speed manipulation as well. Chrono's 4.75, and it's way longer cooldown. I don't know, this time zone thing doesn't seem that bad now that it pierces spell immunity. It's like way lower cooldown, it's way higher duration. It's like still a very strong ability. I don't know, it's something to consider. I really don't think it's that bad. It seems like a meme, seems like a joke, and it's not late game Chrono, but it's valuable, guys. It's strong and it's low cooldown. That's the big thing. It's much lower cooldown in the late game. So also distortion field, enemy attack projectiles within 600 radius are slowed. It's just way better now. They significantly buffed it and they increased the radius. So if you're a ranged hero against Faceless Void, it's like hard to kill him or something. Very bizarre. Probably okay though. Huskar's slight buff to his E and to his 20 talent. Invoker got 2 base damage, and also his deny experience went from 15 to 25%. Which is pretty huge. That's a 10% buff to the deny experience you're gonna get. I mean, that is no joke. All right, Io, minigun. So this is the armor one, which I don't know if it's very good. I feel like attack speed and spell amp is just too good, but it's a lot of armor. You're giving 13 armor at max now and 30% magic resist. Do I think it's better than the other one? Probably not. Okay, they buffed Liquid Frost, which was pretty strong. I feel like Jakiro is pretty good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. The Liquid Frost is buffed now, which really helps him trade because it increases the damage of your other abilities and auto attacks. And now it's just better cooldown in the early level, so it makes your laning even better. And it was already good. So definitely keep your eyes out for Liquid Frost Jakiro. I think he's got to be solid. Jug getting some slight nerfs, strength gain and mana cost on Blade Fury, nothing insane. Legion Facet. The barrier got decreased from 50% of damage dealt to 40%, so another nerf. It used to be 100%. They nerfed the radius bonus on overwhelming odds in duel on the shard from 200 to 150. Aghanim Scepter no longer reduces duel cooldown. You think Legion would have a spot in the meta for a short period of time? Valve says no. She will never be good in high MMR. In Love Art, I don't know. She's still just Blade Mail solo kills anyone. I mean, that's the case in Dota in general. She still scales well even with these nerfs. She still has a spell immunity duel for 7 seconds and a really good laning stage. I don't think Legion is dead because of this. However, this is a lot of nerfs, and her win rate will probably decrease by 3 or 4%. Okay, slight nerf to Leshrac, slight buff to Unfettered, the facet of Lifestealer, nothing else too crazy. Lina, Fiery Soul, movement speed increased by 0.5 at all levels. I mean, that's pretty nice. 0.5 movement speed per stack is kind of a lot. Unbearable, True Form, grants Spirit Bear 10% attack speed instead of minus 0.1% BAT. And the Demolish is now increased by, whoa, Spirit Bear's Demolish is now increased from 10, 20, 30, 40 to 15, 30, 45, 60. Crazy. They also buffed his talents as well. Oh, no, okay. I mean, they kind of nerfed his talents because they made his level 20 talent the True Form cooldown at level 25, which is just a nerf, so that kind of sucks. I mean, they gave him Mega Savage Roar Radius at 20, though. Okay, Lycan. Bonus damage per wolf is now a base damage increase. All right. That is significant because now Feral Impulse, which is Lycan's passive, it only increases damage based on your base damage. It's 50% at max level. Now it's base damage. They nerfed it a little bit, but only by 2 at all levels. So instead of being 26, it's 24, but that 24 will be amped by 50%, and that's not very hard to do. However, are you really buying Helm Dom with the Spirit Wolves build? Probably not. I guess you could. Can you go Spirit Wolves Helm Dom? So now you're going to be getting, 36 damage instead of 26? I mean, that's nice. However, they nerfed the 10 talent, so to kind of deal with it a little bit. I don't think it doesn't seem broken, to be honest. I really don't think it doesn't seem too broken. Magnus, base intelligence increased. They changed his innate. They gave him some damage on Skewer, and they buffed his 15 talent a little bit. Marcy, gaining some buffs to Sidekick, more lifesteal, and they also buffed her Bodyguard, which gives bonus armor and lifesteal, so that seems pretty good. I haven't really seen the Bodyguard. I don't even know exactly how it works, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna figure that out now. Dispose. Impact damage increased from 70, 140, 210, 280 to 70. Okay, so they increased Dispose damage by a decent amount. I mean, it makes the hero better, and they also increased rebound damage. So just giving Marcy some solid buffs, and I'm kind of a fan of the hero. It's pretty nice. And it makes your couriers fly. HP regen on Mars per extra enemy increased from 25 to 30%. If you're outnumbered, you get 30% bonus regen now, which doesn't seem that insane. Mana drain per second decreased from 4 to 3%. Okay, honestly, I haven't seen this, so I have no idea if it's good or not. Clones now get 85% of main Meepo stats, so surely this is a nerf to Meepo, right? Oh, and they nerfed Poof as well. They decreased it by 10 damage, which actually matters. So they seemingly nerf more Meepo, right? I have to imagine it was full stats. Now it's only 85%, which is a huge nerf. And they nerfed Poof. So pretty big nerfs to Meepo. Okay, Mirana Solar Flare. So I thought it was pretty good. Attack speed and damage increase rate from 8, 12, 16 to 10, 15, 20. So major buff to Solar Flare here, giving it a lot of extra damage and attack speed. I mean, this might be pretty good, guys. It's like a lot of damage and attack speed, especially in max levels. So I mean, it's only 50% for allies, but it's no joke. This hero is a good core and a good support, I'm pretty sure. Okay, they slightly buffed Monkey King's Simian Stride, where you get permanent or 0-second cooldown jumping. It's now only 90% HP, which makes sense. I feel like 100% is just clunky. If you like get skimmed by anything, you just can't hop on a 0-second cooldown, which just doesn't feel good. Aghanim Shard now applies the bonus damage and slow on Boundless Strike. They also nerfed his 10 talent by a good amount and his 20 talent. Okay, Morphling, maximum cooldown reduction. I feel like this hero is just terrible. I'm just not even. Apparently it's like, okay. You get CDR if you're like on strength. I don't want to get in. I can't be bothered with Morphling right now. I honestly don't. If you want to explain strength flow in the comments, I will love you forever, because I can't be bothered right now. This hero's win rate was like pitiful, and I have not seen it a single time. Okay, Facet, Ofrenda. When respawning, Murta gains the effects of Pierce the Veil if it has been leveled. Respawning with Ofrenda now refills bottle. What? Respawning with Ofrenda now refills bottle. I guess this is like some fix to Mid Murta? Can you do something with bottle refilling? I don't know. That's funny that when you respawn with Ofrenda, you get your ulti though. For like 3.5, 4 seconds. It's no joke, honestly. It seems pretty good. That's like a decent change, especially if you're buying back as a carry. You just get your ulti. It's really nice. I mean, this is huge for Morta carry. Naga, her Trash Facet got buffed. I can't imagine it's good. Okay. Ironwood Treant. So pretty big. Hopefully it's good. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. Okay, so what did they do? Ironwood Treant. Spirit of the Forest multiplier. So this is the damage you get from the Treant. Went from 3 to 2, 3, 4, 5. So worse early, better later. The HP got increased by pretty significant amounts. So it's just way tankier. You get 50 extra barrier. However, they nerfed the cooldown on Nature's Call. So you got to max it. It's lower cooldown at max, but it's 8 seconds worse at level 1. So definitely hurts the laning. They buffed the 20 talent. They buffed the 15 talent. But nothing crazy. If you guys haven't seen this Nature's Prophet support, I'm making a video for it over on the Game Leap website. It kills towers instantly. I'm not kidding. It is ridiculous how fast you kill towers, including tier 2s and tier 3s. So this makes it better, and it definitely gives you more right click damage. So something to keep in mind. Definitely cool. I'm going to have to give Furion a try as a core and a support. It's pretty dope. Okay, Necrophos. Duration rescaled from 7-8. Okay, so this is his innate. They're nerfing. The hero is a bit too good in lane, so they nerfed the 10 talent and Sadist overall. I guess it's like slightly better at level 1, the duration, but not the HP regen or mana regen. So it's like sort of fine, because it's better at max in terms of HP regen and mana regen. Very odd. I don't know. It's not bad. I think Necro is probably still good. Scuttle, haste duration increased from 10 to 15. So this is this is where Nyx gets haste and unobstructed pathing on Vendetta if he wants it. Which is pretty dope. I mean, no joke. You can't get slowed, and you can just run over cliffs. It's not bad. Slight buff to Fat Chance on Ogre. I don't think it's the better facet, though. Omni Knight, I'm not going to read it. Spell amp per level increased on Clairvoyant's Curse. I don't think that's the good Oracle talent, though. I think or facet. I think the other one's better, as far as I'm concerned. Mana cost duration increased from 7 to 10. Wow. That seems like a lot. I mean, it's like an extra 3 seconds of mana increase. That seems pretty good. Shield Crash, minimum damage on double jump from 0 to 25. Bonus magic resist to Rolling Thunder, and Swashbuckle Width increase, so it's easier to hit. PA, her methodical coup de grace, where you guarantee a crit after hitting someone 6 times, is 25% better now. Also, you get bonus movement speed when Blur is active. Phantom Lancer, illusion damage decreased on one of his facets. Dying Light on Phoenix is much worse now. I would just take the other one, to be honest. Blinding Sun got nerfed, and the attack speed on Fire Spirits got nerfed, but it's still probably pretty good. Puckish, this is a Puck's innate. You heal more when you dodge spells. Pudge, projectile speed and cast range increased by 15%. Wow, is this the one where if you hook them, it deals damage? Shush! 15% speed and cast range? Damage increased as well. Damn, that seems really good. This might be legit. They nerfed his mana cost on Meat Shield, though. I mean, this is legit. You can hook people from 15% increased range? Holy. God, there's going to be so many more Pudges. No, my bobs. Queen of Paint. Outgoing spell damage reflected. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Ricky, agility multiplier on Tricks of the Trade increased from 3 times to 4 times. That seems really good. When attacking non-hero units, so it really helps you farm fast, especially with Axe. You're going to shred against units. And also just Tricks of the Trade agility bonus increased by quite a lot as well, so pretty heavy buffs to Ricky here. Hero's probably decent. Stolen Spell mana reduction is better now in the early levels, and his innate got better, magic resistance per level. Sand King, oh boy, what did they do? This hero was broken. Dust Devil, radius decreased. So this is the one where you ran faster, so your radius on your Sandstorm's way worse. No longer centers on Sand King after Burrow Strike. Oh, God. Killer. And they buffed the Invis one. So will people go back to the Invis one? Caustic Finale, worse. It's better late game for some reason, but it's worse at level 1 and level 2. Aghanim Scepter damage and stun duration are now 70% of Burrow Strike's current damage and stun, which I think is a good change. Aghanim Scepter spine interval increased from 0.2 to 0.4. Oh, but it's... Okay, but there's more... So it's like a 50% nerf. Instead of being 2 times as bad, it's actually only like 50% worse. Which, I mean, it's not awful, I guess. Aghanim Scepter spines no longer appear if Sand King is outside the Sandstorm. Damn. Okay, I don't know. Maybe the hero is still fine because it like does a lot of damage, but these are killer nerfs to this. It was kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. It seemed really good and really cool, but these are big nerfs. So, okay, Shadow Fiend, hero. Okay, I don't even know what this one does. Presence of the Dark Lord temporarily reduces more armor.
after nearby enemies are killed. Okay. Shadow Rays, movement speed slow decreased from 10 to 8. This one's really broken. It's probably still pretty good. Hex no longer provides bonus movement speed. No longer provides damage. Damn! They just removed the damage amp? Oh. Infallible Blade no longer provides bonus movement speed. Aghanim Shard Serpent Words now linger for 1.5 seconds after the shackle end instead of always lasting 6 seconds. Damn! Okay. And they nerfed his base strength. I didn't even play this hero, but shush. They just took Shaman and... Okay, Slaughter. Agility gain increased from 2.4 to 2.1. Bonus movement speed decreased from 25 to 10 at level 1. Damn. Killing Slaughter as well. Slark, slight buff to his Dark Renegade. Health gain on the Barracuda, which is his basically his ult. If you're out of vision, is a little better in the later levels. And the cooldown on Shadow Dance, way better. 10 seconds better at all levels. That's significant. Ricochet, Snapfire's Facet. Attacks now proc attack modifiers on secondary targets. That's cool. And they buffed her Buckshot, which is where her auto attacks deal bonus damage. Sniper, damage delay. What is this? Keen Scope. Increases sniper's attack range. Oh, this is with this assassinate. So at level 1, you get more attack range now innately, which is kind of nice. That definitely helps. And they buffed his level 25 talent. Okay. Spectre's Facet is a little bit better. His level 10 talent is now HP regen. Okay, I mean, that's good. They gave him his HP regen back. Spirit Breaker now amplifies knockback effects instead of force movement. Okay, so they buffed the imbalance. I think Spirit Breaker is probably just good, honestly. I still believe in this hero. It's a 50% XP is just like crazy. Storm Spirit base mana regen decreased, and the damage on Static Remnant decreased by 20. Yeesh. Sven does more damage to stun targets. It's 17% now instead of 15%. They buffed his 10 talent, both of his 10 talents. It's pretty significant. Techies gained 50 attack range, so kind of bringing him back up to his former glory, which I think makes sense. The hero was kind of cringe. Templar Assassin bonus damage decreased on her fraction at all levels. They also nerfed her shard, but she's still probably pretty good. Soul Fragment, it makes Conjure Image cost no mana. That's cool. So if you skill this facet, it makes your Conjure Image cost no mana, which is really awesome because this hero has significant mana problems. They also buffed his 25 talent. Okay, strength gain on Tidehunter is 0.1 better. Krill Eater, strength gain is 0.1 better as well. Are they just trying to tell people that this hero is good or something and we're not paying attention to it? I don't know. I have no idea. Tinker, heal per second. Oh, the repair bots. Heal per second means a lot. You know what? I will say if you get hit by a ton of them, 15 heal per second at level 1. Is this hero just like a good support now or something? Okay, they also buffed Laser. It's much better in the early levels. March of the Machine is better in the later levels in terms of cooldown, and Rearm is lower cooldown. So they're trying to bring Tinker back. Is it good? I don't know. The heal bot seems pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. If you can really spam these out, heal up your team, maybe it's just like, I mean, this basically has to be a side lane hero, I feel like. The heal duration is 4 seconds. I mean, that's pretty good. It's no joke. No joke. Tiny lost 10 movement speed. I feel like this hero always loses movement speed for some reason. Bonus building damage decreased by a ton. Lost some of his talents got nerfed. So, okay. I mean, Tiny carry, 10 movement speed is so much, actually. It's just so slow. Okay, Tusk, tag team got buffed. Drinking Buddies got buffed. Bitter Chill, which is when you're close to someone, you slow attack speed by 20 now instead of 10. So that's a huge buff at level 1. Very significant for your trading. Your Shark got buffed. And your Punch is way better at level 1. It's 16 instead of 20. Okay, Underlord, Archer, Aura, movement speed decreased. They nerfed it. They nerfed Underlord. Really? I haven't seen this hero like more than twice. Undying, Steel duration decreased from 40 to 35. Okay. I mean, they did buff Holy Locket, so the hero's probably fine. Ursa, 1 second cooldown on Earthshock, nothing crazy. Okay, Venomancer, Plague Carrier, words attached to allies now yield 20% of the gold bounty. Has 3 charges. What? What? You know, 3 charges of Plague Words? I mean, that's pretty base. I wonder if that's good. Seems kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Is it worth, though? And considering the other facet is the double spread on Noxious Plague, I don't think it's worth. Is it cool? Absolutely. Is it good? Probably not. I couldn't tell you, though. 3 charges is pretty dope. Poison attack, max stacks. Wow, you can get 6 stacks of poison now on someone. That's very significant. Because every stack is, like, huge, right? It really makes it better. So, okay. And they buffed Nether Toxin. Familiar attack range? Wow. Oh my god. 180 attack range to 350? And gold bounty decreased. That seems like a lot of attack range. I wonder if that's good. Okay, Sanctuary, where the Resonant Pulse gives you an any damage type barrier, gives less barrier now. They also nerfed his innate, and they nerfed his axe, so yeesh, probably a bad hero now. Warlock duration on Fatal Bonds is 18 seconds flat, which is rough because it was 19, 21, 23, 25. Winter Wyvern bonus attack range is nerfed at all levels by 25. Witch Doctor damage per bounce. Ah, man, come on, dude, just let it be good. Let the Paralyzing Cask be good. The problem is, guys, here's the problem with Witch Doctor. They're basically saying, oh, that you can take Voodoo Festeration and you can deal, wait, what? Is it 60? You can deal 60 damage per second, which is pretty good. And you get half of it as a heal. Pretty good. Problem is, then your cask doesn't increase damage per bounce. So you can't farm creep waves very well, and the cask just doesn't do a lot of damage. Without this extra damage per bounce, it's just at max level. It's just not a lot of damage. However, I will say, the fact that you can, this seems like a lot. Wait, so the problem with this Witch Doctor, like, damage on W, I mean, it's cool, right? Because it's like a lot of damage. Like, don't get me wrong, it's actually a lot, right? If I spawn in this level 1 Disruptor, I mean, this is no joke. It's like a lot of damage. Truly. The problem is, it just doesn't heal your teammates then, right? It's just like so rough. So, I don't know, it's cute, honestly. I just feel like this would make sense if it healed your allies. Then it would be super legit, because don't get me wrong, guys. It's like a lot of damage. I just don't think it's good enough, and the problem is then your Q just sucks, because it just doesn't do bonus damage per bounce. Like, it's just unfortunate. So, I like what they did. I like that it heals you now, it's kind of cute, but it just makes your Q like crap. And it doesn't heal allies, which is like sad. So, I just wish they would change it a bit. They also buffed Cleft Death, but once again, then you're not taking this one. I think you just have to take this one still, unfortunately. Vampiric Spirit, bonus attack speed and Wraith Form decreased from 75 flat, which was crazy, to 30, 45, 60, 75. And the bonus movement speed, same thing, it scales up now. Cooldown on your crit is 0.5 seconds worse at all levels. Aghanim Shard damage bonus decreased from 150% to 50%, yeesh. I mean, it was crazy that you got that much extra bonus crit. It was like actually insane. It was one in Wraith form though, right? Yeah, it was one in Wraith form, but still, like, if you got hit by this guy in Wraith form, and he had Shard, he actually just insta-die. Cooldown is now frozen while Wraith King is in Wraith form. Oh, that kind of sucks. That's the nerf. Zeus! This year was so broken. Now scales with Thunder God's Wrath. This is his live wire. So the max damage is now, instead of being 7 flat, which was so broken, is 4, 5, 6, 7, and you only get back to 7 at level 18. Static Field, which is his current health damage on his attacks, which is crazy. I didn't even know this. I like misread it, or didn't read it the first time I read the patch. His attacks apply Static Field, which is so insane for his laning stage. It's so insane. Now it scales with Thunder God's Wrath as well, and it's almost half its previous strength. They also nerfed the cast range on Arc Lightning, nerfed the lightning bolt damage, nerfed your ulti cooldown, nerfed, you can't go the Manta build anymore because the Shard, because the Manta style just doesn't apply lightning hands at all. So that's nerfed. They nerfed his 10 talent and his 15 talent. So, damn. This Zeus, who are the big losers for this patch? Zeus, Sand King, and Shaman. Shaman got it. And then Underlord just got randomly attacked. I don't know why. But okay, cool little patch. Shout out Valve for being so consistent. All I suggest that they do is that they make Witch Doctor a little different. I wish they would just make the W a good spell and make the Q have the bounce damage, like innately or something. Make the innate the bounce damage and make it scale with like ulti or something, or no, make it scale with the Q something. I don't know. I just don't like how it's set up. It's like, I feel like these two just can't be taken because this one's just too good. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed just as much as I did. Valve doing a great job right now, and I definitely appreciate how much effort they're putting into these patches. It's very clear that they are. And yeah, that's gonna be all. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace!
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!